It was good. John, how was your Mother's Day? Did you take care of the fam all right?
Oh, yeah. We started off, nice little Mother's Day. Started off in Detroit, hockey tournament. Although we weren't playing because we didn't make the finals. So we just stayed the night, woke up, and headed back. And then, all the Mother's Day things. A little bit of yard work. Went out to dinner. Went down to Haymarket, which is awesome on a day like today.
Very nice.
And then out for a little walk. And, little podcast.
Spectacular day today, for sure. Finally, yesterday we set up at a conference for tennis, and St. Joe won, conference champs, by the way. But
very nice.
It was free.
Congratulations.
It was 50 and rainy, and cloudy and windy, and I mean I had like a winter jacket on and a stocking cap on. So you compare that to today, 80 and just spectacular today. So nice turn of events with the weather today for Mother's Day. So it was good.
Yeah,
that's great.
Which,
by the way, have you guys looked at the forecast for the tournament?
No, I was wondering, the first 14-day forecast has to be out, right?
2 weeks out. Crazy.
Yeah. So
what do you got, Aaron?
Here's what I'm reporting out. Are we ready?
This is the first.
It's official.
First official forecast. And let's start on Wednesday for the Pro-Am.
Pro-Am will be Tuesday.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's on Tuesday.
Practice round Wednesday.
Are you sure you don't want the Pro-Am to be on Wednesday? Because Tuesday, it's high of 66, low of 52, chance of thunderstorms. Wednesday, it's high of 74, 0% chance of rain. Thursday, high of 78, 0% chance of rain.
I mean, that's us, right? We're there Thursday, right? I mean,
no.
Yeah, we're there Thursday.
Friday, high of 72. Saturday, high of 71. Sunday, high of 65. And the chances of rain don't look really significant. So let's hope the temperatures can pop up just a tad, and I think it'll be perfection.
Nice.
So you're going on the record. That's your call?
My first call.
Tournament forecast?
Official.
First official forecast.
Weatherman Youngstead reporting.
Yep. Meteorologist Aaron Youngstead reporting.
There you go. Yep. Now, the real question is, what are the chances in hell that will be even the least bit accurate?
0.
No kidding.
We got when do we pick up all our stuff? That's got to be coming up soon. There was probably an email, but
yes, it's in the email. But it's next weekend, or actually whatever. Today's Sunday, so the next Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Nice.
So we, as the official ambassadors for the Senior PGA Championship presented by KitchenAid, we need to get our pictures by the trophy together.
Oh, that's right.
Well, some of us already have. Ron.
Yeah.
Oh.
Johnny and I were down at North Pier, 2 weeks ago? 415 event, and it was at the 415 event.
They had the trophy there?
Yeah. They did.
Yep. We got to pick. We'll have to dig it out and shoot it out.
Alfred S. Bourne trophy?
It was the real deal, man.
Wow.
Real deal. Yeah.
You guys didn't steal it?
Well, it was well guarded for a while, right? And then they let their guard down for a second.
Yeah. We popped over. They left it alone, and we popped over there and got a snap with it.
Do they not know who you guys are by now? And what you're capable of? I mean,
we mentioned
it's disastrous for them.
What do have to ask our guest later about how they set that up and who's in charge of that, because there's a little bit of a gap.
I think I saw it going down the parade this weekend too. I think I saw it riding on a car on TV. I wasn't at the parade, but I saw it riding on a car going through St. Joe and Benton Harbor. So,
for Blossom, that's right. Yesterday was Blossom time.
Yeah, Henry was in it for the band, so we got some live action footage of it from WSBT.
Nice. So man, you got to grab all the swag next Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Nice.
And,
at the high school?
No, it's gonna be at the volunteer check-in, over by the practice round or practice range area.
Okay. Got it.
So there's two volunteer areas. One is the volunteer hospitality,
North Pier,
and then over the North Pier area, and then the volunteer check-in.
Okay.
So for all you marshals out there that are listening, you need to go over to the practice area by Harbor Shores.
That's right. You heard that here first too.
Yep. World premiere.
Come to us for all of your marshaling knowledge.
I just was walking over at the course again. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's always beautiful, as we were talking about with Matt, but holy cow, it like this week right now, like leading up to the championship, they're not leaving anything behind. I just was walking 7, 8, 9. It's unbelievable.
He said it's shut down at this point, isn't it now? Wasn't it 2 weeks?
No, there were golfers
no,
out there today. I saw them.
Yeah.
Wonder if maybe tomorrow they shut it, because I thought he said
bet.
2 weeks. Did he say about 2 weeks? Or
No, I
something?
thought he said the week before.
Oh,
So
just a week. Still crazy that it's only a week of prep time needed. But
Guys,
No.
we're the next tournament for these guys.
yeah.
Like,
So where do we
let's-
finish up this weekend? You're
Let's
usually
turn
on
our
top of this
page
stuff.
to what's going on in the standings. So, I mean, the current standings. So this is crazy. Steve Alker is top of the standings. Okay. Stephen Ames is right behind him. Then it goes Broadhurst, Durant, Gonzalez, Yang, Goosen, Setka, Dunlop, and then Jerry Kelly. But this weekend, Doug Barron, who has not won since Doug Barron has not won since 2021, the Shaw Charity Classic, ended up winning. He finished out a bogey-free round and finished out the weekend at 17 under, holding off Alker by 2 strokes. Alker had to shoot like a 10 or 11 under to catch him, and he shot a 9 under, which is still crazy.
Seriously.
Can you imagine?
The almighty Alker.
Well, but that's the crazy part is Alker is playing at the top of his game, but he's not going to be there next weekend. Or for
I know. They
Ernie
didn't
L
run
coming
that
in.
by us.
They gotta. We need to reach out to his daughter or his son's, high school or whatever, whoever's graduating, and be like reschedule this. Come on, we need your guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he's not going to be there. So I want to hear from you guys. Who's your pick to click for the Senior PGA Championship presented by KitchenAid? Like who's your pick to click? Who do you got holding the Alfred S. Bourne Trophy at the end of the weekend?
I'm gonna take a long shot here and say Tiger Woods.
You're going with the Sunday Red.
Oh, maybe
Try
not.
again.
I mean, I was just saying, I see the old Ernie Els coming in the top 5 in this last tourney. I'd like to see Ernie come through with something.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first. Smith is banking on Ernie. Johnny, who's your pick to click?
Well, my go-to is usually Darren Clark. Darren Clark.
All right.
Could,
dark horse.
Who's a cat you golfed with before?
Yeah, I
Him?
played with them at Southern Hills.
Yeah.
He was a riot.
Yeah. Nice.
So, and what about you, Aaron? What do you got?
I'm going with Stuart Sink.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad pick.
I think Stuart Sink is poised to win this. I think it's going to be his big moment on the PGA Tour Champions as winning the KitchenAid. So you heard it here first.
Oh, winning the
Sink.
KitchenAid. I thought you were going to say his big moment was taking a picture with us.
No one in the top 10, though. That we didn't pick a single person in the top 10. How about that?
No, but I think Stewart's. I mean, Alker's out. Okay, Stricker, former champ, could be, but he's never played Harbor Shores. But I guess Sink hasn't either. I don't know. I feel like Stuart Sink is ready to roll. He's been finishing really well in all of these tournaments, and I feel like he's due.
That made way too much sense.
Yeah.
I like your Tiger Woods pick.
You've thought about it.
I like your Ernie Els pick, though. I think that's a good one because he's played the course multiple times. So
might come through.
So did you guys? Well, I probably know the answer to this. Did you see the email that had the field attachment to it? I know the list has been out for like a week or so.
Yep.
But the particular list that they included is really cool because it not only has like the full field in alphabetical order, but they've got these like really cool kind of breakdowns of like, well, how many have won a senior PGA championship? How many have won major champions? So how many major champions do we have coming here? Guys that played in the Masters. I think there might even be like Angel Cabrera, Bernard Longer. So I wonder, these are not guys that played in the Masters, but won the Masters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Bernard Longer, Larry Mize, Jose Maria Olazabal, Vijay Singh, Mike Weir. I mean, these are crazy names, but I like how they've got it sorted out.
Yeah.
So you can be like, all right. And it's also got the Ryder Cup. Like how many guys were Ryder Cup players as well as Ryder Cup captain. So we have, for example, Jim Furyk playing. He was Ryder Cup captain. Yeah. Tom Lehman, Corey Pavin, and Steve Stricker. And that's just for the U.S. There's a big list for Europe. Bernard Longer, of course.
Yeah. What about Harrington? Was he? I assume he was.
Patty Harrington.
Yeah.
But yeah, so good list. Check out your emails and print that out. We'll have a few of those around the Marshall Shack. I've got a stack of them already printed and stapled and ready to go.
Nice.
It was a good find in the email there.
That's great.
What is there another side note just for all the marshals listening? Is there a marshal training or is it all day one or on course?
There is a marshal training, I think. Kelsey told us about this. So I have to go back and look at the notes.
I don't remember.
Because remember we were talking about, we were like, we don't need any training. We were like, we've been
maybe we need a training or two. I don't know. Maybe just a little refresher.
No training. So I think Smith, you've asked that question before. So go back and listen to episode 3 or 4 for the answer.
Man, I don't remember asking, but I guess I will. Or I just need to read my emails better.
I know. But yeah, it's crazy. And Aaron, one of the reasons of coming over last Saturday was to figure out like a lay of the land for the band. We never did that.
Oh,
and we had our band rehearsal. We were going over the set list, and they were asking me that same question. They were like, "So how's this gonna work? Like, where are we setting up?" And I was like, "We were supposed to have that decided."
Yeah, we were supposed to scope that out.
Yeah. So
yeah, we have to do that this week.
We'll
I was out there. I'm looking out there again right now, and a couple different options for sure. We'd like to be able to tuck it in the backyard.
Yeah.
For sure.
High and tight. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We got to get. Be nice if we had like a platform or something, then we could set you guys up. The little backdrop of the woods back there, tuck back in the big open space where it's all sandy.
We like a lot of lights. Maybe smoke machine. If you got a smoke machine,
ooh, nice, nice touch.
Bubble machine.
Yeah. Something like bubble
the
machine
and foam
party.
Ooh. Yeah, Mr. Foam 3000. Yeah, I've got it in my Amazon cart right now.
Speaking of your Amazon cart, you got any Smith's tips up your sleeve here today?
Smith's tips. Yeah. I've got a little something for you guys. We're I know a big push for Beagle Golf. We're gonna take a peek at that next week.
Okay.
I'll take a peek at that next week and make a few picks on there. This week, I gotta say, one of my faves, melon hats. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Love melon hats. They're a little pricey, $69-$79 for a hat, but do love them. I think they float, but this is their golf collection. Just came out. And you get a couple options. You got a couple colors you can play with, but I love this green. I think this green white one is pretty nice. If I can make this thing pop up.
So is this the first time that Mellon has had golf?
Yeah. Now they haven't had a golf inspired one yet. So this is kind of the first time, but love the look of this one. I love the look of the all green. I like the flat bill though too, but
wait. Do you see what's going on here? It's the first time I've seen this where they're actually showing a dude turning his head.
Moves his head. That's crazy.
Mellon doesn't mess around, man. I'm telling you. So, you got a visor. You got some white hats too, as well, just for fun. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the white, but I think these green and white ones are pretty sharp looking hats. So, I don't know. That's a Smith's tip this week. Brand spanking new as well. Just came out. I may have to pick up one of these before our little golf trip coming this summer. So.
Oh yeah, we should all have the melon hats.
Ooh,
I like
Love
it. I like it.
Or maybe next week's Smith's tips on the Beagle brand.
Oh, that's what I said. Beagle brand coming. We're gonna do a little,
We'll hold that for next
review,
week.
do a little homework review of Beagle brand this week for a local spin. Yeah, Melon Hats, go check them out.
Nice, love it.
I
All
love
right,
it.
hey,
Yeah,
should we do
speaking
a
of the
little
trip.
intro for our?
Yeah, we got to get our
for our
guest on.
guest? All right, is she ready to
We
join?
do. She is. I got to send the bat signal. She's back in the green room.
Send the back signal. I'll do a lengthy introduction.
Oh, all right.
While you send the bat
This is
signal.
pretty special, you guys. Like, let's not take this lightly. Our guest list is continuing to grow.
Yeah.
Kelsey hooked us up right out of the gate. Obviously, head of volunteers, and then last week with Matt. I think our audience is going to be excited who we've got coming on today, and it doesn't end there, right?
Yeah.
We've got more planned with future episodes right around the corner. So, you guys ready to go?
Yeah. So our special guest today is Chelsea Boretti, who is the operations manager for the 2024 KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. Kelsey comes to us from speaking of Kelsey, she is joining our meeting
Chelsea
as we speak.
We have a Kelsey and a Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's a little confusing, yeah.
All right. I just allowed her to join the meeting. And
there she
is.
Hey.
She's all golf. She's got all the golf gear on, ready to go.
Hey.
Not messing around. She's like, "Hey, I'm going to be on this goofy golf Marshall podcast. I got to have the official attire on." Well, welcome.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Aaron. By the way, hi. I'm John. We got Aaron and Ryan there. Aaron was just reading this bio out. If you will play along for a second, he's going to give a quick intro.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron.
So Chelsea, as I was mentioning, is the operations manager of the 2024 KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. She comes to us from Florida State University, where she got both her bachelor's and her master's degree in sports management. And not only did she get her bachelor's and master's degree, she was summa cum laude, which I assume means
she's way smarter than Smith.
Way smarter than us.
I'll drink to that.
That's right. That's right. So, Chelsea, thank you for spending some time with us today and just dealing with our shenanigans. We really
shooting the shit with us. That's better.
We
better
really
way to
appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, we had what? We had Kelsey on, who's head of volunteers, and then we had the superintendent Matt on. So you're in charge of all operations. What does that really mean?
Yeah.
All the tents you see going up and fence and windscreen and signage and flags and all of that stuff. Just all the vendors that we have on site, helping to coordinate all of them and all of the site plans that our team puts together and, actually building everything.
Well, there's so I have one question with regard to that on hole number 9. The Marshall Diary hole. I noticed there's normally a fencing along the fairway between, that kind of blocks off the parking lot. Is that not happening this year?
It's not. I can't remember when they stopped using that parking lot. But since we don't use the Gene Clock Beach parking lot, I guess, anymore, I think they'll probably eventually put up some rope and stake, but we went away from the chain link fence. So hopefully it's at least, I don't know, easier, but maybe a little bit better looking, not as, glaring. And I also just kind of saves us some money.
Right along, John, you said right along hole 9. Is that what you said, Jim?
Yeah, along the parking lot.
But the fence, I always thought looked nice though too. Not gonna lie.
Well, we're gonna have to be on. Thanks for answering that question, because now we'll plan accordingly to add that to our responsibilities, is protecting the hole in that area and making sure that nobody comes in and tries to mount an attack from the parking lot.
Exactly. Yes, that is definitely very important.
Well, you have the right crew on the job to be able to protect the hole. We've got it covered. We've got it covered.
So Chelsea, how long does prep happen for this tournament? When when does your team kick into action, or when did your team kick into action?
I mean, planning goes years in advance. So I actually moved up here from Florida back in June. But really, Garo Kalpakshian, who was here before me, that was the operations manager for the 2022 Senior PGA Championship. He continued planning right after 2022 up until June, until I took over there. So planning is years in advance, but we started actually building, I think, beginning of April, like April 1st was when, or maybe even April 8th this year was when like the actual first stake went into the ground. So, 2 or so months for our seniors usually.
We
we
heard
know
about the stake
we've been
ground.
monitoring the course like daily, like ever since probably February. We're like driving around. We're like, what's going on? We want to know.
We're always looking for the build out to start. But Matt told us a little story about one of the first stakes that went into the ground back along the 15 green.
Yep, 15 green skyboxes. Yeah, I don't think they kind of just dealt with it. I don't think I heard about it until the day after, once it was already kind of solved. But yeah, like you said, I guess the markings were, they stayed away from the markings, but the markings were a little bit different, and it happened. And yeah, I'm glad that was the only one. So hopefully it doesn't happen again over the next week. But
yeah,
after hearing that story, we were secretly hoping for like this awkward conversation between Chelsea and Matt of like, Matt, we ran into one of your lines.
Yeah, Arena, our flooring and tenting vendor, and Matt also just handled it themselves. I didn't even know it happened until the next day, and luckily Matt is, I mean, he's the only superintendent I've gotten to work with so far, but he has been just so easy to work with. So that really helps. I think there's definitely many superintendents who would have probably reacted much differently. So
yeah,
he's a good dude.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yep.
What you mentioned Arena, like, and you you were answering Smith's question about how far in advance you're planning this stuff out. How many vendors are you working with? But between like all the supplies and all the building and then all the food and all of this, that, and the other. I mean, that's why it takes so long to plan it all out, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have probably over 20 as a round number, between probably 20 and 30 different vendors, from the people that are let alone building the tents and floor, but also just bringing in golf carts or bringing in radios for everybody. Our food and beverage vendor, and then it just goes down. I mean, there's even smaller vendors, like people who we get towels from, or whatever it may be. Like there's a lot of that goes into it that's so behind the scenes that you don't really realize unless you're in it.
That's crazy.
Do you guys typically target local vendors as much as possible, or you guys have national vendors you work with as well that kind of support the tournament?
Both. So we have a lot of like national contracts with different companies for, I guess, the larger portions of it. So we have a lot of contracts with like the flooring and tenting. We have contracts with TV management, restrooms, our food and beverage, power and HVAC. Like all of that is handled from our national contracts, and they do all of our events. But locally, we try to find as much as we can. So for example, we have, fencing, or we have catering that comes in. We use like Martin supermarkets, and probably a bunch of other things that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. But yeah, we try to use as much locally as possible, obviously, to help benefit everybody in the area, and also just it's kind of easier for us too if we can just reach out locally and don't have to use like a required vendor that maybe even be more expensive just because we have a contract with them or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, quick follow-up question. So you come in locally and basically sit locally to prep for the tournament. Is that how it works? And then do you go, so when this tournament's done, you move to your next location and start prepping? Tell us a little bit more about how that works.
Yeah, so this has been a really unique like partnership as far as just having a returning championship every other year at the same site. So luckily for a lot of the staff who has been here in the past 12 years, like they've had the opportunity to stay here, throughout because it just kept coming back. Whereas normally we usually go on site anywhere from about like 3 years in advance. And then so we're there for 2 or 3 years and then you move on to the next site. So since that's kind of how it normally is that everybody's moving around every 2 or 3 years from site to site, depending on where the next championship is. And so after this is all said and done, there's a few of us in the office that are locally from like Southwest Michigan area, so they'll stay and unfortunately won't work with the PGA anymore. But there's a few of us that'll move to different states. So I'll be moving down to Frisco, Texas after this at the end of June.
Now, isn't that the headquarters of the PGA now? Are they in Frisco?
Yeah, that's now the home of the PGA is now there. So moving down there to then do the same role that I'm in now, but for we have the Women's PGA Championship there in 2025 and then PGA Championship in 2027.
So you'll be involved with both of those?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. And Frisco is so cool. And that course is unbelievable. That whole facility is great.
I
haven't been there yet, but so I'm excited to see it all.
John, is that where you played in the Pro-Am? Is that
yeah, so I'm with Whirlpool and we host a lot of our customers for the Pro-Am. And so I've had an opportunity to play the last couple of years. It was really cool. So I was down there last year.
Yeah.
And like just blown away. I mean, obviously it was all brand new because it like literally just had gotten finished. I think it was the first competitive
I think
round.
The course itself like was only open for a few days before the championship, which is crazy.
So the course and then the buildings, I mean the facility for like the PGA headquarters piece of it is really cool too. But so yeah, all the PGA stuff's great, but that area is like really up and coming. There's a lot of development happening. I've been down there a few times for work and driving around that area is really nice. So I think you'll be okay going down to Frisco.
Yeah, we're excited. I've heard it's a lot busier and a lot more traffic and everything, but there's a lot.
That comes with that.
Yeah, a lot more around there. And since being from Florida, I'll at least be somewhat used to the weather down there. So that won't be as big of a change.
You're not a fan of the Michigan winters, like the 40-mile-an-hour winds off of the lake in 20-degree weathers with 0 wind chill?
I don't mind the cold or the winters. It's just how long they are. The fact that it's like still like May and then almost into June and I'm still cold. That's when it gets me.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a winter jacket on yesterday watching tennis.
Oh,
so
so
and then today it's beautiful. So
yeah,
go figure. It's hard to imagine planning a golf tournament like in the middle of like February, right? Thinking about we're going to be playing here just in a couple
3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
And I mean that's what for PGA Championships or Ryder Cups, like those build outs are 5 or 6 months in advance when they start. So in Kentucky this year, they did start in February to build out for May.
Oh my gosh, really? Well, Aaron gave us his meteorologist. Aaron, by the way, gave us his first forecast.
Amateur meteorologist.
Yeah. He's predicting. Essentially, you said middle 70s for the whole tournament.
Well, I didn't necessarily say that, but I said that it was probably looking favorable for us.
Looks decent.
Yeah,
looks decent.
For Michigan,
like long time. We got a lot of.
It's far enough out that forecast will be completely wrong.
Yeah.
I know. We just need as little rain as possible.
Oh, so that's the key right now, right? Matt was talking about that a little bit too.
Yeah, and I'm sure he has a different perspective for on the course itself, but as far as operationally, our biggest thing is our parking lots because they are just grass fields. So as long as we can kind of keep as much of them usable as possible, that really helps us. But when they start to flood and puddle up, that's when we get a little nervous.
So that whole area, like by the railroad track too, that got mowed down, and you'll use as much of that as you can, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna work to get it mowed down one more time too over this next week or so, and we will use up all of that I guess, land along Graham Ave as possible. And then our main public parking lot, which used to be always the volunteer lot, is the one that's off of Whitwam there.
Okay.
We don't need a parking lot. We just park at the shack here and walk across the street, so we're good.
You've heard about the Marshall Shack, haven't you, Chelsea?
I have.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It's
Oh yes, we can make it an alternate operations, backup headquarters. What do you want? An annex, operations annex.
Yeah.
You're welcome to pop in anytime. And as we invited Matt, Matt will be going to bed at 7 p.m. But Saturday night we're gonna have a band, so swing on by for some live music. Your guy right here, Aaron Youngstead's gonna be playing at between 6 and 9 o'clock on Saturday night.
Oh wow. Yeah, I will have to try and stop by.
all right.
We'll make sure you get all the info.
Yeah.
Cruise on over.
We're gonna give you a little tip as well. I'm gonna throw a little tip in. Hole 7, 8, and 9 tends to kind of be forgotten about sometimes in terms of like some of the services that come over there. So, just getting a word in with the Chelsea, make sure the food trucks are still over there. Because some of us have to work. So
yes,
Smith, all about his food.
We should have more food trucks there this year than we have in the past. So I know we had like Brick House, Ben Soft Pretzels, what is it? Just Like Mama's,
Ooh,
Lost
that's a new
Coast
one.
Shave Ice.
hey, this is some inside info. I like it.
One other one that I can't think of right now, I don't think.
There's got to be a
Heard it here
taco truck.
first.
Is there
Yeah.
a taco? We got to
What
have
is
some
it? One?
tacos.
It's a Baja tacos or
Baja
something.
tacos.
I don't know. Chelsea's doesn't sound too sure on the tacos.
Not this year, I don't think.
We have to make our own tacos at the Marshall Shack before we come over for our
Yeah,
shift.
exactly. We'll say the Baja taco with a sign towards the Marshall Shack. I was just walking over there this evening, though. I saw the flags are all up in the
Yeah.
area. So the parade of flags or whatever it is there. So that's all up, looking good.
Yeah, it really starts to take shape when all of the flags and like the signage on the tents and the red pieces that they put on the tents and all of that start to go up. And then soon enough, next week we'll have rope and stake going up too. And yeah, it really starts to feel like it's here.
Is it? I think we were talking about this before you jumped on. Matt mentioned no more play starting this week, or the public can go out there until Wednesday, or how does that work? Do you know?
Yeah, Tuesday is the last day that they'll be open. Yeah, so we'll start flipping everything over Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, and then I think it opens back up the Wednesday after as well.
Gotcha. Do you get involved with the operations of setting up for the pros themselves, like where they're staying and accommodations? I know transportation, I'm sure, is a big part of it, but
not specifically me, but someone like in our PGA team that's on like the player services side, more like from our HQ team, not on our on-site team. They handle all of that, the stuff with all the players, as far as accommodations and everything like that goes. And then transportation wise, we do work with, or our partner this year now is Lexus, so we'll bring in like a full fleet of courtesy cars down to I think the South Bend Airport, and so that's where all the players will pick up their cars to use for the week.
Are there cars for the Marshalls?
Marshalls
get
I
cars?
was gonna say they can park a couple of those at the shack if they want to.
I'll have to tell Kelsey to work that in for you guys.
Have a little fleet just right outside in the little circle there, John.
In the cul-de-sac.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just to take us across the street.
Yeah.
But we'll have to drive out of the neighborhood, around the block, and over versus just walking across the street.
So, tell us about like Harbor Shores. Is this a challenging site to like host a major tournament? I mean, you talk about South Bend Airport, right? There's not an airport here necessarily, but I don't know what makes Harbor Shores a great site and maybe a challenging site.
Yeah, so this will be maybe the 4th or 5th like site that I've kind of done or been on site for like operationally. I would say the Harbor Shores staff themselves have been very easy to work with. Like I said, Matt, but then also Josh and Jackson from like the clubhouse side of it, just make it really easy. And I feel like there's certain clubs that you're trying you're walking a very fine line or almost walking on eggshells around people, but they're not like that. They're really easy to talk to and work with. And so that part of it is definitely a pro. The difference for Harbor Shores is just how spread out it is and how far away or how long it can take to get from point A to point B. So our vendor compound, as we call it, is behind 16T there. And that's where all of our vendors and storage and equipment and everything kind of is housed. And so, to get from there to say like Gene Clock Park or wherever it is, it can take a while. So that is a little bit difficult sometimes, but it's not too bad. And it's the roads themselves around the course that we do have to drive. It's not like they're super busy. So it's still easy to get there. It might just take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Are they going to close any of the roads during the tournament? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, so kind of a circle around like from Graham Ave to North Shore, Clock and Higman Park. All of those will technically be closed unless you have like a resident hang tag. For those that like their neighborhoods are off those roads, they'll still be able to get to their homes. But yeah, we'll have
What do
a
those
lot
look
of road
like?
closures.
We might have to copy it. What do those look like? We might have to
or an official looking badge for your golf cart. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And we'll even close off a section of M63 between hole 5 and hole 6 for our player shuttle that drives like along on the road there. So it's a process.
It's crazy.
So Chelsea, I was doing a little bit of homework, a little bit of research on you specifically, and I found out that it looks like your mom was also in sports management as well. Tell us a little bit about that as far as like, you choosing this as a career. And I mean, it's Mother's Day today. We're recording this on Mother's Day. So, appropriate time
Mother's Day
to
to
talk
your
about
mom out there who's
mom and her influence on your career. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I actually don't play golf at all. My mom is she's now the director of golf at a country club down in South Florida called the Club at Ibis. So she grew up playing golf and went to college, played golf in college, and then has just done that for her whole career, really. And so growing up, she would always give us golf lessons, and I was just so bad at it that I decided to say, I'm not doing this, which of course I regret now, but so I don't even play it at all. But
you were a volleyball player, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah. Volleyball was my sport growing up through high school and a little bit of college. So I don't play at all, but I've been, I guess, around it so much. And so when I saw the opportunity to intern for the PGA come across during college, and it just seemed like something that I would maybe like. And so I tried it and ended up interning with the PGA for like 4 more times, and then went to Whistling Straits for the Ryder Cup, and then ended up here. So it's kind of funny how I mean, I don't think I would have thought that I would be working in golf since I don't enjoy playing it myself. But I guess because I grew up around it and my mom has been in it my whole life, that it was kind of the familiar, I guess, path to take.
It's not your typical day-to-day job in the office, right? Which is kind of fun, right? It makes it you can actually get hands-on and like, you have like this product you are ending with, which is kind of cool, right?
Yeah, that's definitely why I think I like it so much, is that I can be hands-on and kind of the almost like a physical labor kind of part of it, and being able to go out and talk to the different vendors and look at what we're actually building right there, and not just sitting at the computer. I mean, there is a lot of sitting at the computer and all the planning. That's pretty much all we do, is sit at the computer until everybody gets on site, and then we start to build, and then it's like you're outside like the majority of the time, which is it's a lot of running around, but it's really fun.
Yeah, that's cool. That's neat. I'm sure your mom is very proud. She's like, I won.
Yes.
She wasn't a golfer, but now she's running golf tournaments. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, they're definitely they enjoy it. And I think
Are they coming up? for the
My
tournament?
mom will be up here, and one of my sister-in-law will be up here, so they'll be here for the
That's great.
championship. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Do you still play volleyball?
Not really. I haven't
Get
played
down
in
to
a
Silver
while.
Beach to play a little bit, or?
Yeah, I haven't played in a bit. I should be playing more beach, but no, I haven't. Yeah.
I just drove by Silver Beach today, and holy cow, they were out there playing, and it was, of course, a beautiful day, as Smith was saying, but just to see them out there playing volleyball, oh, love it.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was
that
packed
thing.
down there today. We actually went to Silver Beach Pizza for dinner, and it was
Oh
the
my God,
beach
Silver
was
Beach Pizza was jam packed. That's why I went down there, because my daughter was working there, so I had to drop something off to her, and it was a zoo. It was packed.
yeah, as expected.
It's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chelsea, you played college volleyball?
For my freshman year, yeah, I went to, actually, funny enough, so my mom played golf at Rollins College, and that's where I ended up playing volleyball freshman year, was at Rollins as well, in the Central Florida area. But after that year, I realized that I didn't want to do it anymore, and so that's how I kind of transferred out and ended up at Florida State University my junior year, and was there for 3 years doing and found sport management.
Yeah.
Well, the whole nine marshals are making a play to see if we can we're going to try to sponsor the LPGA to come to Harbor Shores in the future. How about that? You can come up and you can support that tournament then.
Yeah, I feel like there will definitely be some tournament that comes back to Harbor Shores one of these years.
I think that it would be
Great.
the LPGA would be great here. I mean, the course is the right distance for it. I know the Symetra Tour, I don't know what it's called now, but they would come to Blackheath, which is down South Bend. Is
Blackthorn?
Blackthorn,
Blackthorn.
thanks. Yeah. I went down there several times for that. I've got 3 daughters, so we went and checked it out. And so yeah, we'd love to see the LPGA come here.
Yeah. We're getting a word in early on it right now.
So if you got any pull there, Chelsea, you can help make that happen.
Yeah, it is crazy how far they plan out the host sites. It's like, I think they just announced Kia was hosting the PGA Championship in 2031, maybe, or something like that. They do it just like 8 years out. It's crazy.
That's insane. Well, probably with all the work that has to go into it, you got to make sure you get these sites locked in and all the infrastructure in place and the vendors lined up and everything.
Years. I got another work question for you, though. What about when the tournament actually starts? Like, where's Chelsea at? Where do you hang out? Do you got the earbud and just waiting for like it's all about reacting to if there's issues or needs, or is there still planning that happens during the tournament?
Mostly putting out fires, I would say. It is, to an extent, it's at that point you're hoping, okay, our job is done, everything is complete. Now we play golf. But we do have a lot of different events also that are going on like during the week. So, the Pro-Am on Tuesday is a really busy day. Just getting all that set up and that cart movement and everything that goes into place and putting that on. And then Wednesday this year is a big program day. Since we're not open to the public on Wednesday this year, we have a few different special events for like the host community and some students in the area for Beyond the Green. And then the community concert that night too, that we're also kind of helping to support with a lot of our vendors. So a lot of that, but yeah, a lot of it is definitely listening to the radio and putting out fires when they come up. So that's definitely the majority of it, is a lot of just running around, and then the special events and getting all of that coordinated still. So like I said, it's hopefully, if everything went right, then our work would be done.
Yeah, be done. Is there anything in particular that is like keeping you up? Like, oh God, like this whole thing is barely hanging on. It's
the whole nine marshals. That's what she's.
The whole nine marshals. That might be it. Just don't let those guys screw it up.
I for a while I was getting really nervous about our road signage plan and getting all that squared away just because it was taking a while. But finally have that done. I think it's definitely the parking lots, and just hoping that they hang on during all the rain that could be coming because it's out there known to flood very, very easily.
Yeah.
Luckily our parking vendor does a very good job of utilizing as much of the space as possible. But I think it's funny, but fence is always a huge headache almost, for all of our championships. And it's just something that is always very last minute and takes us into the late night of kind of getting all that done and then because we have to put the windscreen on it as well. And so that's always something that we seem like we're behind on, but I feel like we're in a pretty good spot right now. We have a lot left to do for sure. But right now I feel pretty good. And tomorrow starts out what we call our advance week. So it's the last sprint to the finish now to get everything done ideally before Monday.
Well, if you need any help last minute, I'm sure you can get a hold of Aaron and I. We would help. Smith's usually pretty selfish and doesn't like to get his hands dirty, but Aaron and I would more than happy to help out.
We'll have a lot of windscreening and a lot of painting to do. So
John's
really good at painting, so just give him those jobs.
Do you have any other podcasts you're going to be on, just so we can listen and see what else is going on, or not?
No, this is definitely my first podcast for sure. And no.
You're not on the
Chelsea, you've been a great sport for us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
really appreciate all the insights. I mean, these kind of in such a small community, these kind of things mean a lot, and the work that you do really is appreciated by all the community and everybody that's associated with the tournament. So kudos to you. Thank you for all that you do for this community. And we wish you best of luck on the rest of the planning for the tournament. And we're all just looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And thank you guys, of course, not only for your volunteering, but also just making it fun and having this podcast and all of the Marshall Diaries and all that is really cool. So thank you. And you guys are in for a treat with Brandon whenever that happens.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's gonna jump on the next episode. Exactly.
He's got way more knowledge than I do about all of these things. So I learned everything I know from him pretty much. So yeah, he's pretty great.
Awesome. Well, this is awesome. Like Aaron said, thank you, and looking forward to seeing you out on the course. I'm sure we'll try to bump into you, and maybe we'll see you here on Saturday night. We'll swing by we can make fun of Aaron's music playing.
Please do. It'll be terrible.
Oh, will you guys be at the volunteer tee-off party on Sunday
night? I'm
Sunday night. Oh yeah, I don't know. Are we going to be there? I think we should.
We got the email.
We are
these guys
the number one marshalling podcast.
I have to show
Chelsea, I don't know if you knew this.
We're emailed out.
We're the number one marshalling
podcast I hit the lead on that email, but
in the world. Yeah. So we'll be there.
I would expect nothing less.
Well, I will make sure they get signed up, because the email came out that said the sign up was extended, and you guys probably never read the email that said to sign up in the first place. So I'll take care of these guys, Chelsea, and I'll drag them over there. We'll make sure they're there.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you guys so much, and yeah, I'll try to make it out there to hole 9 whatever Thursday through Sunday of next week.
Yeah, it's crazy, right around the corner. Can't wait.
And the Marshall Shack. You got to get to the Marshall Shack too.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Chelsea. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Nice to meet you.
Have a great evening.
Thank you.
You too.
See ya.
Bye.
All right.
Man, we're going to be experts after this, guys. We could probably put on our own tournament.
With all the knowledge that we're getting.
Yeah.
So all the inside scoop.
What if we did a tournament of just like hack golfers like ourselves, and we like make it a big deal, you have the ropes,
get some fencing, some parking, some vendors, some marshals.
Oh, that would be
like, here's Aaron taking his 9th shot on hole number 9.
John Gable eating a hot dog and
Yeah.
drinking a 6 beer.
Here's
Oh, that'd
Gable.
be great.
Blaze 3-finger in that hot dog. He can't get it quite hammered in there with the mustard.
All right, let's noodle on that for a while. I think that'll be a great tournament. If we can't get the LPG PGA or the senior tour back, let's have an amateur, really amateur
Oh my God. Can you
knucklehead.
imagine?
I'll call it the Knucklehead Classic. How about
The
that?
Knucklehead Classic. Yeah. Well, for the Knucklehead Classic, which is up north this year, how funny would that be if we hired a staff? So we have an
Oh my
operations
gosh.
manager and a volunteer manager. We get,
What?
maybe Brandon would be our head of the championship.
These
We
aren't
can bring
paid.
Matt with us. Matt
I
can come
know.
with us.
Hey Matt, could you go scope out the course before we play and meet with whatever course superintendent it is, and of course criticize all the things they're doing wrong,
Yeah.
and bring back some insights and some scoop.
Trim down some of the bushes on whatever hole, or make some course recommendations, right?
No, could you
Chelsea
imagine?
can line up some Lexuses for us to drive
Oh,
around
yeah.
in.
Oh my God! Like seriously, like Chelsea comes in, kicks open the door at the office of whatever course, and is like, "Okay, you get out. You get out. I'm in charge now."
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, Matt's out there, trimming down bushes, and then the real superintendent's like, "What's going on?" Matt's mowing. He's digging holes. He's moving bunkers, like he talked to us about moving the bunker on number 9. He's out there with a backhoe digging holes and moving bunkers at the Legend or the Bear, wherever we're playing. That'd
Love
be
it.
awesome.
Let's do it.
Well, when Chelsea said that she didn't play golf at all, I bit my tongue, Smeef, but I was like, oh, well, the two of you guys should get along.
Yeah, true. You should have dropped it. You should have dropped it out there. I agree. I don't play either. I'm just out there for the
Maybe her handicap is
eye candy,
36
man.
too.
Come on. Side note, speaking of that, we didn't get into this, but I am curious. Are marshals eligible for NIL money? Do you know? Can we?
I saw that question on the sheet, which of course I
we
have my
should have asked that.
printouts.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Should ask
we got to
that.
figure out is there an NIL expert somewhere we need to call? I mean, I want to cash in on that if possible. I don't know.
Well, maybe Brandon would know now that the cat's out of the bag. We won't give the last name, and we'll let the listeners try to figure it out. But our next guest for the next episode, he might have some insight to that, Smith.
Yeah, maybe
He might.
something to put on the radar.
Right.
Yeah,
Love it.
so we're all set for the next episode.
Guys, we're all set. And the tournament, we're the next tournament. We are literally all of the eyes of these PGA Tour champions golfers are looking at Harbor Shores right now. They're probably doing all their research. They're probably looking at hole number 9 as we speak and trying to figure out how they're going to navigate hole number 9.
Literally,
I think there's 17 other holes. I'm not sure,
Like-
but I know
like-
hole
like-
number 9 will be on there.
like my guy Ernie Els right now, probably sitting in his family room, looking at the course, thinking,
Watching the podcast.
Yeah, watching the podcast. So he's probably listening to the podcast while he's doing some online research. I mean, they're getting ready, guys. This is it. This is their next stop.
That's it.
The what I was going to say is downtown by the Silver Beach Hotel in the parking lot is a gigantic RV.
I saw that too. That big
And I'm
bus.
like,
Yeah.
Is that John
Yeah.
Daly's?
Well, I looked up John Daly's RV, and because he in the past has parked at the Inn at Harbor Shores.
It's a big maroon colored one. If I'm
Maroon color, it could be
Maroon
because he's
red.
an Arkansas guy, and it was
Yeah.
kind of a Arkansas reddish, not
Yep.
maroon. Maroon's a little more purple, but yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. Like kind of that Arkansas red. And I looked up John Daly's RV on the phone, and who knows? It didn't look like that, but that color, but it did look like that type of style. It's gigantic.
And it looked, and it was nice too, because I saw it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's weird. In the Silver Beach parking lot, on the back side of the parking lot, so not on the main road side, but facing towards the bluff. And it had the side popped out, so somebody's there. And I was wondering if it was one of the pros.
Getting
If
ready.
I were a betting man, I would say it's not John Daly, but that's just me.
It's probably not, and it's probably not a pro, because if they were playing today, I don't know who would be here already, but if we're the next championship or in the next tournament for them.
Could be someone just getting set up and ready, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe their team wanted to get here early and get a spot.
Yep.
Maybe who's the maybe who are the guys from the Golf Channel? It could be them. That's who we need to angle for, is to get the guys from the Golf Channel.
Yes.
Brandon Chamblay or whatever his name is.
Get Dottie on the.
Yeah, to come down to the Marshall Shack.
Yep. All right.
I'm telling you, you guys don't even. Are you guys ready? I don't even think you're taking this serious.
I'm ready.
You're mentally
I'm ready.
prepared.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Can't wait
Man.
to iron my patch on, and I'm man.
I know.
I'm
I
ready
saw
to
we got
go.
the patches. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Well, hey, let's make it over to the uniform distribution. Get our picture with the trophy, and post that to our Insta account. And tell all of our adoring fans all over the world, including the French-speaking Canadian provinces
Of Newfoundland.
Of Newfoundland.
30 minutes behind.
Yeah.
What about Friday? Can you guys do uniform pickup on Friday? Because I got to go to Traverse City on Saturday and Sunday.
I'll be in Chicago Friday.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna be in Chicago Friday. Smeef?
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah. I think I'm in.
All right. You two can go and Photoshop my face in.
Yes.
All right.
We already have a picture with the trophy anyway. I mean, but we'll get another.
And then what about the kickoff party? You guys seriously didn't see the email for that?
I did, but I didn't read it.
I'm a little behind on emails.
The volunteer party. I'll find it. Check your email tonight.
Have you guys done it before?
I've
done it before. It's actually kind of cool.
What is it? What do they do?
It's just some little bit of it's just a party. They have some music going. They'll have
no one played that one year. Like he played bass guitar for Mark Fix. Mark Fix played it. So
okay,
that's
cool.
Yeah,
it's Sunday night, and so I signed up, but it's gonna depend on when I get back from Traverse City. I think we got their schedule for soccer, and we're done. I think our last game's at noon, so I'll be back for Sunday night. So let's plan on it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, boys. Hey, we got to run. It's Mother's Day. Go hug your mothers or your wives.
Is it too late to run out and get any flowers?
Yeah. I delegated that to the kids. They got flowers.
Yikes. All right. There's still time.
Gifts.
Still time. All right, boys.
Good work.
As always, have a wonderful evening.
See you,
you too.
See ya.